Hey counselors, I'm Carrie and we're here for the first video in the planning stages of the Classroom Guidance Magic mini course. So before we can bring the magic in the classroom, we have to spend some time planning and using data to get us there. So I want to clear something up from the start. You are not a DJ and Total Request Live is over. So many counselors get stuck in this cycle of taking requests for lesson topics week after week. Maybe you've been in this position. You are walking down the hallway quickly because you always have to be somewhere in a hurry, and a teacher stops you and says, "We need a lesson on tattling when you come this afternoon." Maybe that's not what you were planning on teaching, but now you're scrambling to come up with an activity to teach these students about tattling. Now, this may be coming from a place of stress or overwhelm on the teacher's part. Maybe something just happened with one or two students in particular, and maybe it's actually not a classroom problem. Maybe it really is just a problem with a few students that would be better served in group or in individual counseling. So I'm not saying that doing a lesson by request is a bad thing every now and then, but hallway requests shouldn't be the main source of data driving our lesson topics. So where can we get this important data to make an informed decision for our classroom guidance? There are so many sources that we can use, but here are a few. We can use behavior referral data from the office or whoever maintains that data for you at your school. You can use teacher needs assessments from assessments that you distribute either at the beginning of the year or a couple weeks in, maybe at the semester break. You can use parent needs assessments to get a pulse on what the parents really want their students to be learning about based on issues that they see at home. You can use a universal screener if your district provides something like that for you, or you can use minute meetings.
Now, if you're not familiar with minute meetings, it's basically exactly what it sounds like. It's a 1-minute meeting that you have with every single student in a classroom, a grade level, or even the whole school, and you're just getting basic information from them. So how do they feel about their friendships? How do they feel when they're at school? How do they feel when they're at home? Can they name one supportive adult in the building that they could go to if they have a problem? It's really easy to do on an iPad or tablet with Google Forms, and you can synthesize all your data right there in Google, and it gives you a really good amount of information about what's going on for the students in that grade level.
So the first step in making it your best classroom guidance ever is to put an end to this total request live mindset and start using real data to drive your calendar. Okay, so when we're using data that directly addresses the needs of our students, we're giving them what they need and boosting engagement from the get-go. Okay, so I've included a few links in your handout to get you started with a needs assessment for your teachers and your parents and an example to look at for minute meetings if you're not familiar with that. So be sure to check the links in your handout. Next, I want you to look at the challenge for this video in your handout as well. It's labeled Challenge 1 at the bottom of your page. And I want you to think about what sources of data you can use to plan your lessons. Fill out the Ditching the TRL Train plan on the next page and post it in the Facebook group if you're into that. If you're not into Facebook, just fill it out anyway so you can get some big ideas for your counseling program. All right, I'll see you soon, counselors.